Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon. In this session, we are going to see DDL and DML commands in detail. So first of all, uh, there is a database. Means we have to create the database, alter the database, and then drop the database. We will see that first, and then we will move towards the table. And after that, there are some insert, update, and delete. And in insert, there are how many ways with the help of that we can insert the data. Then update means there is a single statement update means update that particular table with particular ID. Correct? No problem. But the table is in join condition. Then how to update it? Same thing with delete means when single delete is it fine? No problem. But it is fine, completely fine. But actually when delete statements in a join, how to use that? So let's see in detail. So first of all, we will go through the database. I'm creating the new session. Create database test. Correct. New database is created. Perfectly fine. And in background, there is a MDF and LDF file will create. So go to properties and here is the files. Test, this is the logical name and this is the physical name means actually test.mdf and testlog.ldf, and you could go through this is the path for that means on where it is stored mdf and ldf file and how much is the growth, and yeah, here is the rows data and there is a log, and there is a if there is a ndf means partition database, then there is a that ndf file will come at here. And yeah, first of all, we see we see there is a how to create the database, correct? And then if we have to rename the database, then we have to use the command with means alter database test modify name is equal to test2, execute it, and then if we refresh it and then test2. But while modifying, there are some users are connected to it means test is uh, uh, actually connected with the help of some means there is a SSMS session or we can say application side, then we can't do the rename of that particular database. First of all, we have to close that connection and then we can do. And here I shown you there is a two files means logical files. Here is the logical name, physical name, and logical name of the file. If we have to change the name of that particular file, then how to do that? It is required when we transfer the database from one machine to the another machine, and on another machine there are same name means suppose this is the test2 database and again there is a test3 database, test4 database, but which was created from the test, and their logical file name is the test means test and test log, correct? So if we have to rename that, then we can use that syntax means alter database test and modify file name as a which right now previously right now it is the test log, correct? And here refresh it and database is test2, but still their file name was test. So if we have to make them as a analogous means actually in a sync, then make the test2 and test2 underscore log. Yeah, and when you have to use this, when there is a name of that particular logical file name we have to change, then and then you can do that activity in miss it requires at 5% only chances. Yeah, and right now I am alter the database means test2 and modify file name, correct? So it is set now, and refresh it. Yeah, right click on test2 and then there is a files. Here you could see test2 and test2 underscore log, but there is a file name what's as it is, means test.mdf testlog.ldf. And one more thing I have to say, uh, I will create a one table in it and I have to replicate that database. How to do that? Suppose here is the table test order, correct? Very simple table. Means create table test order ID, order code, order name, and T date. Means test order date. Actually, right now master is selected. Correct, master. So we have to change the database to the test database. Right. Create on it and just insert the two records in it. So select start from test order. So two records in it, right? And if we refresh it, so you will get the table inside it. And yeah, this is the test order. And we have to replicate that with another database. So how to do that? Right click on it, task. Actually, I will show you means how to take the backup or how to restore how to backup the database, how to restore the database, how to shrink the database, or when we require the shrink. Correct. And first of all, right now, what we are going to discuss over here, we have to replicate the database, means exact same copy of database, right? Task, then restore database, and in that you have to select the database. Actually, here there is a device, means I'm going to restore with there is a back file I have, and I'm creating the new database with that back file. Correct. Means that we are restoring the database, and right now I am based on the existing database. Here is the test2 is the database and I am creating the another set, means another database, right? So here I am going to create the test new, or we can call it as a replica test2. Got it? And here we have to give the name, and then in files we have to provide actually objects reference not to set an instance open object. First of all, I am copy it, cancel it, right click, task, restore, database, yeah, test db, and just click on here, replica test2, correct? And in files, we have to, yeah, why this option was not present previously. First of all, I am showing you restore a database, and yeah, a trail log means transaction log means we created the new table. Actually it is the fresh database, that's why we have to take the backup of it, and then uh, start, click on this and start as a task, and then restore, and then this new window will come. Correct. And in that, why this trail log backup means it is showing as a transactional log backup. Do you want to take care of it? That's why. So unclick it, means uncheck it, and yeah, test two. Correct. And which database we have to do? Replicate replica test two. Correct. And yeah, here is the whatever the LSN number, log sequence number, and when it was created, finish date. So we have to do that. And actually here no need to do the changes. Just replica test two and files. Here in background, you could see there is a test2 and test2 underscore log, correct? And in on physical, means there is a in on hard disk there is a test underscore mdf and test underscore log ldf will create. But it is a good idea? No. Why? Because test is referring that file, and when you are creating that file, then again there is a problem. Correct? This is the catch. So how to do that changes? First of all, click on here or relocate all files to folder. Then actually here there is a they are giving you the uh, folder location, and just click on that, miss where you have to place that file. Either you can change the folder, means another folder you have to uh, keep that file as it is, no problem. But on in a same folder data file, then there is a test is already present. I have to show you. Control C, because existing mdf and ldf file they are present at there, correct? So you could see there is a right test and test log are already present, means here 74, right? So what we have to do right now, means first of all we have to change, because in same folder with same file name not able to, means actually this is not the good practice, means new database will point to that data file or not. It is the means ambiguity point of view. So best way, if I am keeping at it as it is, so I am not relocate. So what will happen? I am first of all showing you. Yeah, correct. Yeah, we will get the error, miss restore of database. Actually, it cannot be overwritten because it is used by another database by test2, right? So what we have to do? We have to change the file name. Miss in that path is same, but yeah, here is the test.mdf. Instead of that, we have to mention replica test2 dot mdf, correct? Okay, and here ldf, or we can call it as a log, and then ldf. Okay, then and option. Yeah, I'm not overwritten existing database. I'm just giving you the sample here, means how to restore the database. I will create a separate session on how to restore the database, how to backup the database. And you can see here there is a uh, table test order created, right? And means both are having test having their own files, mdf, ldf, and replica test having their own file. If you right click on it and properties, here you could see there is a test2, right? What I said earlier, miss test2 is the logical name, correct? We have to change that. Then this is the condition, miss when to use that command, miss we have to change the logical file name. At that time we can use this command, miss sorry, control z replica test2 alter database this, and replica test2 I have to previously test2, right? And instead that replica test2, and so this is the rename operation. Refresh and just click on a properties, and you will see there is a file name, means logical file name is changed. And actually this is the physical name available on the disk. So replica, yes, replica test2 and replica test2 log, got it? And yeah, that's it, means how to create the um, new database with existing database, right? And yeah, how to drop the database? First of all, we seen create the database, alter the database, means either rename from um, command and then alter the logical file name, means rename the logical file name, and drop the database. Drop database, which one? Replica test2. Perfect. Means suppose there is an if you are connected with that session, means either from application or SSMS session, then first of all close that and just drop the database. Otherwise it will say us, yeah, exclusive connection or something, means that is connected by the user, that's why we can't drop. Got it? And yeah, right now if you refresh it, then yeah, test2 was as it is. Okay, then we created the table and we inserted the two records in it. And how many ways with the help of we can insert the data? So first, actually, uh, this is the first way. With the help of that, we can insert the data, right? Means insert into test order. You can provide order. These are the columns, right? The syntax is a very simple. Insert into table name. Mention the column name and then provide the values. And here there is a one observation, means uh, here there is a separate command, right? Insert into test order, right? And here you could see there is a in one statement two records are inserting. In two statement there is a means there is a separate statement for each record. Means here is the nowni, then notebook and whatever the date. Correct. Actually date is also you could see in a different way. 2023, and then what month is 2 and 05, so such like that. Even you could mention in a different way, 2023, 08 and 04, yy, 4 times y, and dd we have to supply it. And yeah, insert means simple. There is a insert into table name, provide the column list and values. Either you can mention it with the help of comma and there is a parenthesis, and either you could do in a separate way, means separate statement for each record. Then next one, I'm we have to suppose here is the uh, test already is the table, correct? It having the four records, and yeah, it having four records in it, right? So we have to dump this data in another table, means we have to create the exact replica of the table. So you can do select star into table name, test order replica, correct? So what will happen? There is a new table we'll create and it contains the four records. Select star from test order replica, and right now I am selecting the data from test order. I am commenting it, and yes, see the content. Contents are perfectly similar, no any difference. But if we see, this is the definition, and miss there is a first of all there are 10 records, miss primary key, index name, That then there is a mm, constraints as well here, correct? And if you see it, then there is a 8 records only. Means if you closely observe here, there is a 10 records, and in this there is a 8 8 records, correct? Which are missing. So there is a index constraints are not carry forward to the new table, and even the data, suppose right now here length is small, then also it will be a new table having the small length because it is generating dynamically. Got it? That's why. And let's say here you could see difference correct? Are you getting any means observation from here? Means there is a key is not present, correct? Then there is a primary key constraints are not present. Here you could see there is a constraint. Yeah, here is not constraint, but if we apply the default constraint though, so no thing means actually whatever the constraints keys are not carry forward to the new table. But for means why it is useful? Suppose this is the data, means test order data, and we have to uh, for let's say our we have to take the backup or create the SQL script and then again restore that SQL script. Instead, you can just create the physical table. This is the physical table inside the database. And what will it contains? It contains all the data. But only thing is we are not getting the keys constraint indexes on it. That is the catch behind of it. And one more thing. Here previously we created the physical table, correct? Insert into test order replica. If I have to create the temp table, then can I? Yes. So execute it. Actually, previously I created. So I'm dropping that table first. Drop table hash test order replica. So it is the temporary table. The limit of that temporary table scope, we can say, limited to the session. Here, yes, correct. Means there are 4 records are created. If you see, means we have to hold the data for some means to that particular session. Then we can insert for just for verification or for our need in the uh, upcoming minutes. Then we can insert that data into the time table. Or if we want a data in for another purpose and means we have to stick it for long days as it is, then we can create the physical table as well, no problem. And one more thing, suppose there is another scenario. Let's say in this case there are keys constraints are not carry forward, correct? But we want that. How to do that? First of all, create the copy of existing table as it is, means with the help of create script, correct? And copy it. First of all, it is right now I'm not considering on primary file group it is created. Yeah, by default we are using the primary file group, and here you could mention there is a primary key directly we can. So I'm removing that. Okay, control X, and what I am creating, there is a test order copy, means exact copy, right? ID, order name, order code, T date, right? And what I have to do, I have to transfer the whole data from test order to the test order copy. Insert into, here we have to mention the column names one by one, order code, order name, T date. Correct. We are retrieving that and we are inserting into the test order copy. We are not supplying the ID because it is an identity column. Correct. So just execute it. Means four records are copied. Means we seen there are three to four, five ways, right? Correct. One is insert with the help of comma, then separate insert statement, then create the date table runtime, temp table or physical table. This is the third, and this is the fourth one, right? And this is the second one. Second way, with the help of that, we can create. This is the third and fourth, and this is the fifth one. Create the exact replicated copy definition of the particular table and then insert the data in it. So it is the fifth one. So means with the help of five means using this we are inserting the data into the table. Got it? Okay. Then the next question related to the table. How to rename the table? With the help of sp underscore rename, we can rename the table. Previously, there is a test order copy, right? And test order copy, if you refresh it, then you will get test order copy, right? And dpo dot means on which schema it is present, correct? And then there is a new table. I am calling it as a test order copy one. Just select it, execute it, so it will change the table name. Refresh it, constraint as it is, no any we are means we are not um, touching to the any comments, sorry, any constraints, keys, indexes, correct? And what are constraints, keys, indexes? Actually, keys and constraints I explained already in the previous session, uh, and soon I will create a one session on index so that you will have a better hands-on on it. Yeah, and how to drop the table? Yes, drop table test order. Actually, first of all, there is a primary key and foreign key is mentioned in the table or a table hierarchy. Then first of all we need to drop the child table and then parent table, but there is a no any dependency, then we can directly delete that particular table or drop that table. Let's say here is the test order and right click on it and then view dependency. So suppose that table is used in stored procedure or a view, then it give us the list, means where it is present, and then based on that you can drop the table. Yeah, table is dropped. Yeah, next thing, how to rename the column name. We seen database name rename, then table name rename. Right now we are uh, checking how to rename the column name, correct? So we have, this is the syntax, sp underscore rename, test order is nothing but the table name, T date is the column name, and which column we have to rename means tdate, and what is the new name? Yeah, transdate, and column we have to provide means we are changing the column name. Sorry, first of all we have to create the table and then rename the column, correct? How it is then? Yeah, so we created the table name with test order as a table name and with tdate as a column, and we have to rename it, correct? So transdate will be the new name. Select star from test order, so new name will as a transdate, right? That's why we got an previous error. So how to change the database data type, correct? So if right now order code is the first of all order code, and we have to change the data type as a 150 or a n varchar, then alter table, control z. Actually in the last session I also given that alter table test order alter column name, which column? Order code, correct? And we have to set it as a n varchar, and let's say 250. So execute it means we can change the data type as well, correct? Means we can rename the column, then we are changing the data type of it. Okay, and yeah, in the keys and constraint we seen after the table creation how to add the index or how to create the key on that, correct? So it is the way with the help of that we can modify the data type. Means we seen a DDL command here, right? Means there is a create, alter, drop, right? Right now we are going to discuss again DML. Means insert command we already discussed. There are with the help of 4 to 5 ways we can create the um, table dynamically, or we can insert the data in it, right? There are update commands and delete command we have to see right now. So first of all update and then delete. Right now this is the test order is the table, correct? So update test order, and I have to change. Right now I am inserting 2 to 3 records in it. Yes, okay, tdate. So it will become a trans date right now. Yeah, and update order. First of all, select the data from this table. So yeah, I'm copying it. I'm making as a order name is equal to notebook instead PC. So how to do that? I have to make the notebook of id is equal to 2. Then update table name. Test order is the table name. Set which value we have to do? Yeah, set the notebooks of order name. Correct. And which are in a single quote. Yeah, miss here order name is equal to notebook where means for which record we have to do that second means there is id is equal to 2. It's a very simple. Suppose we are executing the this query, select star from test order, and we will get all the data. If I want the data for only record 2, then where id is equal to 2, correct? And for that record I have to update that means instead PC I want as a notebook, order name is equal to notebook, then update it. Here one record is affected and means we changed, correct? But what I have to say Here we can do the update statement for the single table. If there is an probability to update the records, n number of records when the table are in a joint condition. Actually, this question we ask in interview means from interview point of view, it is important. Means how to make a update query for joint tables. So here is the dairy project, and in that there is a simple query means registration table and daily milk collection table. Actually, in project we seen that queries, correct. Select star from registration. It will give us the data of customers, and then daily milk collection, and yeah, 73 records. What I have to do right now, I have to check which customers not present in daily milk collection, means we are not getting the any collection from them. So which join will come at here? Those are present in registration, but those are not present in the daily milk collection. Then we have to use the lab join. Lab join daily milk collection d on r dot id is equal to d dot customer id, and or we can say where d dot customer id is null, because if these two tables are joined, then we will get the exactly customer id in front of the registration, no problem. But I want only null values, means suppose there is a registration value left side all the values, but from right side only null values I have to check. So these are the records. 49 means here is the, yes, here we will get the list of 49k 950 records. Why? Because registration having the 50k records, and out of that there is only 50 records present in the daily meal collection. Actually, in the last session, we seen there is a loop of we created the loop, and in that there is a 1 to 50 customers we entered, correct? And there are means 49k 950 records. They are not present in the daily milk collection, means we are not getting the any milk from them, right? And in such case, we have to update that particular registration table or make the status as inactive. So we have to update that, correct? How to do that then? Control Z. Here I'm making a one, uh, means grab the one column registration, means actually status, means he is active or inactive. And my query is a very simple right now. We are getting the milk from them, then make it as active. Otherwise, they will, then we have to make them as a inactive. Right now, all the status are active one, and I have to make as a inactive. Actually, in real life example, there are different cases will come. Means based on the join, you have to make the um, set the flag or set the um, different values to them, or there is a update date time or something like we have to do that. Right now I am updating the 49k records, 49k 950 records. So what will be the update statements? Update copy as it is from these clause, from clause, correct. Update which table we have to update? Registration. So what is the alias for that? R. Copy it. Set which column we have to update? Status, r dot status. it is required to mention the specific column, means R registration dot status is equal to 0 from, means as it is query, from clause to the where clause. So execute it. In background you could see there is a 4950 records affected. Correct. Means this is the update statement in join. So select star from registration. You will get 50 records. Sorry, 50k records, and in this status is equal to 1. Then you will get only 50 out of 50k. Correct. Yeah. Means we are getting the milk from them. These are the active customers, we can say. Okay. Then there is also probability, means if we have to drop that customers, means those are not required in future, then what we have to do? Actually, suppose let's say here is the simple table and it having two rows, correct, and I have to delete the data. If I am making a delete statement, delete from test order, yeah, where id is equal to 2, then what will happen? The second record will delete, right? If you are selecting the table, then one record is remaining and second record is deleted, right? And if we have to delete entire table, then don't mention the where clause, just delete from test order, so all the records will get delete from this. Using truncate we can do that, using delete we can do that, no problem. Correct. But if we have to filter the data, then we can use the id clause. Means with the help of that where clause, we can miss restrict the delete records. And means actually there is a filtration with the help of where clause. And in reality, in real life projects, actually we are not hard coding the data deleting. Means hard coding, we are not come use the command like a delete from employee where employee is equal to 5. So in the real life project there is a active or something like a status. These are the columns. Means let's say I'm giving you the very simple example. Here is the employee is the table and employee ID, then EMP name, either it is the first name, middle name, last name, correct? So I am considering it as a name only right now. And here is the status, right? Actually status is the keyword. You can make it as active as well, active, and just set it as a bit and insert the data in it, right? And after there is a, if we have to delete that particular record, just make it as a 0. 1 means active, 0 means inactive. And in stored procedure, grab the data with active flag, right? Active flag with 1, because those are the active employee, means those are the present employees, and no need to delete the data. It is, we can call it as a soft delete. Data present in database as it is, but we have to make it as a soft delete. Correct. Okay, then next one, actually we seen delete from test order. It will delete the entire data. Delete from test order where id is equal to row. It row by row, means based on the where clause we are deleting the data. But some situation, there may be a case we have to join the date table and then we have to delete the data, correct? So how to do that? Same scenario here, means based on the join we will get the data. Correct. Means there are 49950 records we have to delete. Means those are having the status as 0, right? Because based on means what why we are checking here, actually we have to check those records are present in registration but not in daily milk collection. We are not getting the any milk from them, so we have to delete them. Here I am updating them, and we have to create the one more query. We have to delete them. How to do that? Yes, just copy it as it is. Instead, delete R as complete. Yeah, delete R from registration left join means from clause as it is. Just we have to keep the delete R, and here there is a update R, and then whatever the columns we have to set, we have to mention that column names with their value. Correct. And delete R, so it will delete 49k records. Execute. Yeah, means there are right now table will have only 50 records. Perfect. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.